Hello, BookTube. Today I have my wrap up for Space Opera September. Space Opera September is a readathon hosted by Thomas of SF180, in which participants read space opera over the course of September. There's a minimum of 4 books or novella, and in which you progress from a cadet to a fleet admiral, and then there are subsequent challenges. Read a novella, read a piece written before you were born, read a space opera written by a woman, or read a space opera written by a diverse writer, or featuring diverse characters and themes. And in those, read a novel over 500 pages. And those challenges, you either get side ships or a different track. Either Federation if you read space opera written by a woman, or a pirate, rebel pirate if you read one by a diverse author. So anyway, I read 5, 1 novella and 4 novels. As far as the novels are concerned, I'm only going to do a quick I like it, didn't like it, because I want to talk about at least 3 of them, probably all 4 of them, in separate videos. Now this might take a while. I want to reread them to really sort of hone in on my opinions and my interpretations and all of that. So here are the books I read and novella. So starting with the novella, I read The Enchantress of Venus by Leigh Brackett. I have this short story. I have the novella in 2 books: The Best of Leigh Brackett and The Space Opera Renaissance, edited by David G. Hartwell and Catherine Kramer. I really enjoyed this novella. It is a blast. And I'm looking forward to reading the entirety of The Best of Leigh Brackett in the coming year. The first novel I read, and one I've been meaning to get to for years, is Kameron Hurley's The Stars Are Legion. I liked it for the most part. There are some things I don't particularly care about in this novel, but I am looking forward to rereading it and really sort of figuring out what my issues are. And I'm looking forward to actually filming a discussion on that. Next novel I read is Revenant Gun by Yoon Ha Lee. This is the concluding volume in the Machineries of Empire trilogy. While not as good as Nine Fox Gambit and Raven Stratagem, Revenant Gun is still really, really good. Probably the best of the 4 I've read. The next novel I read is A Memory Called Empire by Arkady Martine. I liked it. Really liked it at points. There are some fantastic scenes in the novel, but I do have issues with the world building and the profession of the protagonist. I thought it was a bit didn't quite work. But again, very, very good novel, and I'm looking forward to rereading it and discussing it later. The final novel I read, and probably the one I had the biggest problem with, is Velocity Weapon by Megan O'Keefe. I don't know if I basically reading so much space opera in one go. I basically read one right after the other. That by the time I got to Velocity Weapon, I was space operaed out and not very interested in continuing. But I'm not happy with the how reading experience turned out, so I will be rereading this again in the future and probably liking it significantly more. I do have a habit of reading a novel for the first time and not really liking it, not having much patience for it. But then once I read it a second time, my opinions usually rise. So there is always that. So yeah, that was my Space Opera September wrap up. Thank you, BookTube.